Hey everyone, it's Timah. So we're going to be making some ginger chews today. And so here's everything that you're going to need. You're going to need about a 4-ounce pack of your sea moss. You're going to need your agave, a cup of water, and then you're going to need a nice slice of some ginger, maybe about like 3 inches or more. Okay, so now we want to make sure that our ginger is cut up real nice and small, and we're going to put it inside of our blender and blend it all in. Then once we get that blended down, we're going to strain it all in, get all those bits and pieces all out of our ginger water. And now we're going to put it inside of our pot, and we're going to get this ready to get this all heated up. Now we're going to make sure that our sea moss is going to be all cleaned up before we put it inside of our pot, okay? Because we don't want any debris hanging around inside of there. Right now with our ginger water all warmed up, we're also going to already have inside of our agave water, we're going to go ahead and start putting it inside of our sea moss as well. I know it seems like it's going to be a lot of sea moss, but you're going to need a lot of sea moss to put inside of this so that it can be a nice stiffness, a nice firmness to it, okay? So now we're going to get it all put inside there. We're going to make sure that all of our sea moss is going to be down inside of our ginger water with our agave. And this water is hot right now, okay? So don't splash it because you don't want to get burned. And I know you already know this. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get this all pressed down inside of here. We want this real nice and pressed in. And then we're going to let this sit on the eye, cover it up, and then we'll come back. Now after our sea moss has sat down inside of our water for a while, we're going to check it. And it's probably sat in here for about 20-25 minutes, and you see how it's breaking down really nicely. That's what we wanted to do. So we're going to let this sit inside of our water. Well, our ginger water, we're going to let it sit here a little bit longer. Stir it around just a little bit. Help it to break down just a little bit more. And you can smell that ginger that's going to be down inside of this pot too. It's very strong. And of course, you can always put more ginger inside of here that you want as well, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to let this sit a little while longer. We're going to put the top back up on here and let it sit. Okay, now it's probably been about 10 more minutes since it's been sitting out. So now I'm just going to check it a little bit more. And you see how it's broken down a whole lot more. So you're just going to give it a nice little stir. And now, since this is probably about as much as it's actually going to get broken down, we're going to take it out of here and we're going to go ahead and put it inside of our blender. Okay, now while this is still hot, we're going to just pour it all down inside of our blender. We're going to get it all out of our little, yes, it is hot. You see it's fogging us up here. Yep, we're going to blend this down. Alright, so now that we have this nice and blended, it is very, very smooth. Let's take a look inside of it. I want you to see what this is going to look like now. See that? Now we're just going to take this and we're going to start pouring it inside of our molds. I love these nice little silicone molds. I don't remember where I got them from, but I've had these for quite a while. I also have some little bottle-shaped ones or hot dog-shaped ones. I have several different ones. But we're just going to pour these inside of our mold. And then we'll let this sit up. Now there is another little step that you can actually take for making your ginger chews a little bit thicker or stiffer. And so that step would be to add some fine date sugar. And so you're going to add maybe about 4 to 5 tablespoons of fine date sugar. And when you do that, this is actually what it's going to look like. And you're going to have to bring your sea moss and your ginger water up to a nice little boil, and you're gonna have to let it boil for maybe about 2-3 minutes, okay? And what I'm doing here, I'm just holding it so you can see how it starts to stiffen up as it stays on the eye, okay? And so what you want it to do is, you see that little bead on the end of that. You want to start beating up because it's almost like a rock candy. I know your mom's probably made some rock candy when you were very young. I know my mom did. She made some rock candy. Now, so I'm just going to stir this around just one more time so you can see this. You see how it starts to stop dripping, and it starts to turn into a little bead. That is actually what you want. And then now you're gonna go ahead, because this is what you want. You're gonna start putting this inside of your molds, or you can just leave it inside of one hump and then just cut it all up and dust it with some powder. We're done.